Hello and welcome back to Mad Men's Book Club, I guess.
Mad Men's Book Club. That's
right. I mean,
right.
I've done reviews on Doctor Who books before, but I kind of joke that I don't really have a name for it. The Mad Men Literature Club. We look at words on a page. Review. I don't know, but no. I'm joined here with Professor Pixel.
Hello.
I almost mispronounced your name.
I know. Are you okay?
I don't know. I've been feeling kind of iffy for the past few days, but
just like this book.
Oh, don't. But no, we are here to review Doctor Who Ruby Red. This is part of the kind of the revitalized. It never really truly went away, but like I think more people kind of know about it now. The BBC new series adventure novels, because 13 had them, but I think because of that era, it kind of just like slipped under the radar. I do have some of the like audio novels of them that Big Finish released, but I think I've never gone around to listening to them, and I didn't even know when I bought them that they were part of the new series adventures. I thought they were just like something else. Definitely not Big Finish, but definitely something else. But because of this new era, they're back at it again with the 14th, well, not the 14th, the 15th Doctor taking charge in these new series adventures. Now I decided on this one, Ruby Red, because I am somewhat familiar with the writer. This is written by Georgia Cook. I have listened to a few of her works because I know her from Big Finish. She's done 2 stories in the 11th Doctor Chronicles, which we have highly praised. House of Masks and Spirit of the Season. She also did, the main thing I know her from was Remnants from Gallifrey War Room 2 Maneuvers, and that's a really damn good box set. I think that story, and then the one done by her partner, Theo Treadaway, I always tie with like best story. So I kind of had like some high expectations when I found out that she was going to be writing for the new series adventures with Ruby Red. So I decided, yep, this is going to be the first one I get. But since the actual physical copy doesn't come out till like, I don't know. I can't remember if even the physical copy is out. There is a hardback. Yeah. I think it comes out later in the year. I may be wrong, but
I think it might already. No, October. You're right.
October.
October.
Okay, so it comes out October, but Audible has their versions, and they are performed by Millie Gibson herself, Ruby Sunday herself. Now, what is the story of Ruby Red? We're going to go into a few bit of spoilers as we discuss this, so if you haven't listened / read this, please come back later. So, the summary of Ruby Red is that it is April 1242, the Doctor and Ruby answer a distress call sent from medieval Russia. Oh, comrade! The signal sender, Renevere, an alien girl forced to take part in a barbaric conflict between the armies of Estonia and Novgorod? Sorry, I don't know. On the frozen surface of Lake Pipus. Renevere wants to escape, but her distress call has summoned her warmongering sisters intent on preserving family tradition, whatever the cost. And as human battle begins, the Doctor and Ruby must face a more devastating threat. A monstrous entity with plans of conquest growing stronger beneath the icy lake. Actually, now having read that summary, it kind of spoils it.
Yeah.
Because the thing in the story, like the main enemy is the Genetrix. They don't know where it is.
But we know.
So the summary actually, I never realized that. The summary actually spoils.
I don't know if that's the official summary for the book.
Oh, I'm gonna have a look. That's the publisher's summary, just going up from TARDIS Wiki.
Oh yeah, no, it's if you go on Amazon, that's what it is. And
yeah, wow. So they actually spoiled kind of an important plot point of the story in the summary. Because the thing is they don't know where the Genetrix is, but then they figure out it's pushing everyone towards the lake. Oh, it's beneath the lake. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
wow. Good one, whoever wrote that summary. But no. We have both listened to the audible version of this, so it's performed by, as I said before, it's performed by Millie Gibson. Pixel, as always, you shall go first.
So Ruby Red, I was very excited when I saw the title of Ruby Red because I thought, okay, maybe this is going to be a nice personal story because you know what? There's a character named Ruby right there. It's like if in the first season of New Who, they did an episode called Petals of a Rose, and it has nothing to do with Rose. It has to do with plant monsters. It's just one of those things that doesn't sit quite right with me. I think that the Genetrix is an interesting antagonist. This novel, though, I had a hard time really getting into it. I think that Millie Gibson, she did an excellent job reading. It took her a little bit to get into the swing of things, but by chapter 5, she was hitting it just fine. But the thing is, all the side characters, from Helgadane, Renevere, I felt nothing from them. Their whole, oh well, our people, we're all warriors, and the one wanting to not fall into that line, I understand what you're going for. It just didn't hit for me, and the setting itself just didn't go ahead and spark my interest either. So it's not really hitting. The story itself is fine. It's I can picture most of what is being read to me as an actual episode, but it's just not an episode I would probably revisit often.
Alright, for me, I thought it's an okay story. It's, run-of-the-mill Doctor Who story. With Millie Gibson performing, that first maybe first hour or so, first few chapters, it's kind of very obvious she's not very used to performing like this. So it does come off as a bit very inexperienced, which I assume she is with doing this kind of performance. But after a certain point, she's got the knack of it. She's now comfortable. It seems like she's more comfortable with it performing. So she definitely flows and performs a bit better narrating the story. The story itself is a lot of side characters, kind of stock. I felt like stock characters. Not a lot to them. The Genetrix is a very interesting villain. I do like at the end, it's just it wasn't really necessary, but so at the end, was the three sisters stay to guard it so that it doesn't escape, but the Doctor decides, I'm actually secretly gonna take it away and deposit it on a different planet so it could be in peace, not surrounded by anyone that it can control. I feel like you could have done either or with that ending, but we kind of had both.
But the thing is that the Doctor...
It does that, and it's before you go into it, it's so that the sisters stay together and that they bond, because that's the whole point. It's just you have I believe it's Calysimir is the more traditional sister. She's the more. This is what our people do. This is how we are raised. Renevere has no choice. I don't care that she's really good at making these devices. She has to be a warrior because that's expected of us. While Helga Dane is the more in the middle. She's essentially the middle child, but more in the middle, following the traditions, but she's a bit more open to Renevere being a bit different, but kind of she still wants her to be a warrior, so she's not outcasted. And then, Renevere herself is the outcast. She doesn't want to be a warrior. She wants to be an inventor.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole point, throughout the story is to get them to bond, to get at least, Casimir and Helga Dane to see through their, expand their, broaden their horizons. There's more to them, to their whole species, the whole family's like warmongering. And then, leaving them together to bond over this newfound like strengthening of their relationship by guarding the Genetrix. So that's what they are there for in that ending. But yeah, we still have the Doctor being like, I'm going to let them think that because I want that to happen. That's a really good thing for them. But I'm going to also promise the Gentrix that I could just take it somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to do that.
That's what he does.
So everyone wins. Why don't we have both?
Everyone wins, but it's just really hard for me to feel. It was hard for me to feel invested in it. I'm not gonna lie, that is what it is. I just didn't have any of that emotional pull with any of the side characters. I did like, because there is a scene where the Doctor is going to go into the mind of the Genetrix, basically, using people that it's controlling already. So goes in. I loved whenever he goes ahead, says contact, and they describe that scene like diving into water and going ahead, and it's great. I think it works really well. It's a perspective we don't often actually get with contact, and flashing between two faces.
Yeah, the old classic series Contact is Contact.
It's so great. But yeah, no.
The alternative is Matt Smith headbutting you.
But what about the 10th Doctor's loving, like...
Yeah.
Why not? But yeah, no. I think the Doctor's written... I think the Doctor's written well on this one. It's got the personality down of 15. But again, given that this is Millie's first time reading for a book, she doesn't have really a voice that goes ahead and gives into a character, which a lot of narrators do that. They do go ahead and they do something to go ahead and differentiate them. But when the only way you could really tell when the Doctor wasn't Ruby was when she said, "Oh, honey." Honey, darling.
Again, to be fair, like, Millie Gibson is not a voice actor. There is a I know, for the general public, an actor's an actor, but there is an actor cannot always translate into being a voice actor.
Okay, but I don't think that's a...
There are some circumstances where an actor can also be a really good voice actor.
But I don't even mean in that way. I'm talking about a narrator, because I would listen to the Game of Thrones audiobooks.
Oh, I was gonna say John Coleshaw if we're going Doctor Who.
Well, John Coleshaw, he is basically a voice actor, because that's his impressions are so powerful that he's going ahead and going full on into the character. No, Roy DeTroyce, an old English actor, he is the one who reads most of the Game of Thrones books. but he's not a voice actor. So, but he does go ahead and he does put on voices, but you can still tell it's him. There's a difference between making. That's why I didn't go Mark Thompson for like the Star Wars books, because he'll do Yoda and you'll be like, oh, and it's a very good Yoda. But Roy Detroit goes ahead and he throws on voices, but it's in the way that if you're trying to tell a story, you're going to do that to go ahead and differentiate the characters that are going to be in that scene speaking to each other. And that would be my only note towards Millie. Go ahead and give a little more to each of your human characters. Give them a voice of their own. Again, that's not...
I think she does it well when it comes to the Genetrix.
Yeah, because that's basically a nice, soft whisper. But that's why I said human characters.
Yes, that's true.
They all sound the same.
Yeah.
But
this isn't like I listen to a lot of like Warhammer like Audible stories, like adaptations, and like my favorite is Jonathan Keeble, and he does really good with like different characters. Like he can be like Sevatar, who's like very like very well. Out of the seven of us, you three I like the least, and then go into like cold, like curs. I am broken. There's nothing else I could have done.
Sounds a lot like Mark Thompson.
Yeah.
Who's a fantastic narrator. If you ever see a book that says it's narrated by Mark Thompson, you know that you're getting a good one.
Yes. But I will give some leeway to Millie Gibson because this is her first one. So I'm not expecting her to like knock it out home run like on her first go. But it starts off like very just like flat tone, but then as she gets more comfortable reading it and like performing it, it does then she's got the hang of it. See, I'm not opposed to listening to another like Audible Doctor Who story like adaptation with Millie narrating it.
Yeah, no, I think that actually that is, when it comes to stories like that, I think that's even a little better for the narrator. So I think Millie is very when she was reading out the Doctor scenes, she's obviously close with Shruti, so going ahead and reading that, I think what felt a little more comfortable for her, because those scenes, even though the voices, there's not really a way to differentiate other than when it says the Doctor said. It still has that flow that those two have. It has that chemistry within that scene.
Yes.
And that's really the highlight of this book. That the Genetrix is kind of interesting, but I really just don't care. The setting, I'm sorry, medieval Russia, you're just not doing it for me. And the side characters, they weren't pulling me in. That's my problem here. Because otherwise, it's okay. It's a lot of okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, ranking. What would you rate this out of 10, Mr. Pixel? I've taken away your professor's degree.
I want to go ahead and point out something. You can see my subtitle, right? Pixel Periwinkle. You think that the pixel's in reference to me, but it's actually not. It's the pixels of the screen that you are viewing right now. You see? Has no connection to me at all. It's a perfect title anyway. But no, not giving a note. I'm not giving a note for that. I'd give it like a 5. It's very
5?
It's very average. Like I've read and listened to quite a few Doctor Who novels at this point. This is okay. It's really okay. It's definitely not bad, but it's not really that good. It's okay.
Alright. I would give this I would give this a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it's okay. It's a fine story. I don't particularly have too many problems with it. It's just it's one of those like simple kind of like pseudo historical Doctor Who episodes. Like I could see this as a Doctor Who episode. It may not be like the huge majority's highlight of a season, but I could see it being a Doctor Who episode. And I could turn it on and be like, I won't get angry at it. I won't be like, wow, this is bad. It's a fine story. It's fine.
A lot of fun.
But yes, that is our review on Ruby Red by Georgia Cook. If you want to listen to any more of George's works, check out anything that she has done for Big Finish. As I said, she's done 2 stories for the 11th Doctor Chronicles, which we never stop praising. She also did one for the 12th Doctor Chronicles, Sunstrike. Haven't listened to the 12th Doctor Chronicles, so I cannot say anything about them.
We should.
Also did The Haunting of Brick Place, which was an interlude. I think I have listened to that. I'm going to say it's... Yep, I was right. It's 7th Doctor and Ace. It came out with the Silver and Ice box set. I think I did listen to that, and I did like that one. I did like The Haunting of Brick Place. And again, she did Remnants as part of the Gallifrey War Room series, and that was a really damn good story. It was a really damn good story. So that is it for our review. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, check out our previous reviews, make sure to tune in to the live streams, and we'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.
Alonzi!